Over Coach Miles. The guys say you never bring it up, but you have to know that he's never beaten you, right?
Well, he hasn't beat me on the golf course for sure. I could only hope the game Wednesday would be as easy as the Ryder Cup match was against our two stabs this summer. I don't think they were mathematically eliminated after the first day, but it was close. But we had a great time, and we spent a day and a half together and stayed overnight down at Arbor Links. And he's got them playing well. This is a good basketball team, and they've got a couple near misses against some really good teams.
What does this mean to the state?
It's a fun game for the state. It's why you play college basketball and why you coach it. We're gonna go into an arena. It's gonna be full. It's gonna be a lot of energy in the building. When they come here, our building's the same way. So it's what college basketball is all about. And I think when you have a rivalry like that in the state, where you have two of the top 20 fan bases in the country at the two respective places, and you get together, it makes it a lot of fun. So it'll be a great environment, no question.
Do you really want this group to have that road test? I guess we quite haven't had it.
Yeah, I wish we would have had one other true road game before to kind of get our feet wet. But we're going to go into the fire right away, and I'm going to learn a lot about our team on Wednesday, on whether we can go into an environment like that where it's loud and there's plenty of distractions because of the energy in the crowd, and we have to be able to focus our way through it.
We lose White in late June. The prospects for this season weren't looking very positive. What has Tim done to kind of get them together and playing some basketball maybe better than people thought they would be able to play?
Well, I think most of all, everybody's improved. Glenn Watson, I think, is one of the most improved players in the country. Webster's playing at as high a level as he has ever played. Jacobson's improved, Morrow's improved. So across the board, they've gotten better, and they're playing with a lot more confidence. And like I said, UCLA, we saw what they did to Kentucky this weekend, and that was a 3-point game with 8 minutes to go. So Nebraska is a very capable basketball team, and we're going to have our A game if we expect to go in there and win.
Hey, Greg, has Patton done anything that surprised you at this point?
Probably what's most surprising with Justin is his consistency. Obviously there's talent there, and he oozes with potential, but I don't know that anybody expects a 19-year-old freshman to do it game after game after game. To be in double figures, eight straight games, and be shooting the percentage that he's shooting from the field, and his shot selection's been good. Defensively, he's improving. His rebounding has been solid, and he's running the court like a deer, and that's probably one thing. I think his consistency with which he runs the floor, that's really hard to do, and he's done a great job of it.
As Taz mentioned, that maybe he has to settle him down before a big environment. Do you have to say something to him before a big game, first road game against Nebraska? A lot of eyes on him.
There's a much better chance he'll listen to Taz than listen to me, so I can communicate whatever I need to through Taz and let him handle it. But obviously our team's going to be excited. It's a fun game, and it's the end of a very important stretch for us.
So do you let? Because it will be emotional, and there'll be a lot of energy in the building and on your bench. How much do you let them embrace that? And when do you feel like you have to pull the reins back, or is that just kind of feeling it out as the game goes on?
Well, the good news in games like this, I don't have to give a win one for the Gipper speech before the game in the locker room, because they're all pretty fired up. So you just have to bring them down a little bit and make sure they use the emotion to their advantage and not have it be a distraction for what we're trying to do. And again, it's going to be a learning process, because none of the starters have been in that environment before and played at Nebraska. So we'll have to lean on guys like Toby and Z and Zach, guys that have been there, Tyler Clement, that have been there and played in that game before.
Obviously, style of play is paramount in any game, but is this one of those that even is more important and more crucial to establish your style over theirs?
Well, we're going to try to play fast. I'd love for them to as well, but I'm not sure Tim will cooperate there. But they're opportunistic in transition, and I don't think he's going to get away from what they do. But we've got to try to get out and run and be aggressive and play the way that we like to play.
Hey, Greg, since you're talking about the up-tempo, it kind of brings to mind, with Patton being the 7-footer, I know that you were watching his minutes early, but he's had to take on more of a role because of Zach. But my question is have you seen a 7-footer that runs like him?
not for a long time. I think that's why there's NBA people starting to call our office on a little more regularity, because they don't come across every day. And obviously he's a special talent, and he's got a bright future in a game of basketball ahead of him. And I had said at one time, I don't think he's going to be here 4 years, and I think that's more clear now than ever. But we're going to enjoy him while we have him.
What? I guess, is he comparable to any big guy running the floor that you can remember from yesteryear?
Oh boy, not that. Gregory Echenike could run when he wanted to, but totally different type of game. But Justin is. He gets out of those starting blocks quick. His first 3 steps. A lot of big guys, they can run, but it takes them a little while to get to full speed. Justin gets from 0 to 60 pretty fast, and that separation that you create puts so much pressure on the rim in transition. So he's bought into it. He's gotten a few easy baskets because of it, and he knows that Maurice is going to look for him. And I think when you trust your point guard and know that if you run, you're going to be rewarded, that's going to keep you running more often.
About the ratings, you guys didn't move up. Were you a little surprised that you didn't get any bump up?
Just a little bit, but I really don't pay attention to that. Kobe told me today, we were in class, and I was just like, oh, that's crazy. And then it was kind of weird, like how everybody else was kind of moved up, but it's whatever.
Does that say anything to you? Like, you got to just keep winning, or?
Yeah, it's probably just keep winning. I mean, we got to do our part. That's all we focus on is our part. We're not too worried about the numbers.
How big a deal is Nebraska to you, being a guy from here?
It's now that I'm at Creighton, it's starting to become a big deal. I didn't know it was such a huge rival like it was. Last year I got, a little taste of it, but this year we're going there, so I don't know what it's going to be like. But, the coaches are always amped up about it, so I guess I got to get amped up as well.
Does it feel different that you got Nebraska around the corner?
Not really. I don't know. I'm just ready to play. Everybody else is kind of hyped up about it, so I'm pretty sure we're going to have a super hard practice, and we're going to see what Coach Mack has under his sleeve today.
You guys have watched that hype you up anyway, and stay even.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's just another game. I'm ready to play, get the win, and on to the next game.
Being that it's your first true road test, there's something with playing in front of a hostile environment for the first time this season. I guess, how do you think the guys will handle that for the first time, being all together?
I don't know. I'm kind of excited how Justin feels about it more than anybody, but I don't know how it's going to be there. I heard it's real packed. It's going to be real packed, big rival, a lot of trash talk. That's all I'm waiting for.
You want Justin to be really super hyped of it?
I want him to be under control. I want him to be hyped, but, be under control and, maintain a nice little attitude as we play them.
Can he go overboard? Do I sense that maybe he can get a little too hyped? And that's not
Probably
a good
sometimes.
thing?
Justin gets hyped. He gets real hyped, so I'm just like, yo, just another game, relax. I mean, it is his first time playing against Nebraska, so he might have all, the whole Nebraska hating him or maybe like him. You never know. So.
How close are you guys?
Justin, he's my roommate. We're close. We're together all the time, all day, laughing, playing around.
How well did you know him before you got to Creighton?
I knew him just a little bit. We played for the same AAU organization, so when that was around, I kind of met him, and I didn't know he was getting recruited by Creighton at all. I didn't even know I was, so he's real cool.
I mean, what do you make of his emergence on the scene here? You probably knew what he could do last year when he was redshirting, but just the way he's gotten off to a start here to his college.
Yeah, he came. I was surprised that he would play this good. I'm not, saying just trying to discredit him at all, but I was surprised he was playing this good. He's doing real good. I mean, he's helping us out a lot for the 5 position now that Zach's hurt, so he's doing real good and he's maintaining.
Did you know he had so much versatility? I mean, he's going out and popping those threes.
Yeah, just a little bit. When we play one-on-one, he shoots them, but I didn't expect him to shoot it in the game. I was kind of surprised.
What about the way he runs the floor for a 7-footer?
I mean, that's crazy. He's not like Jeff, so we kind of make fun of him, like, yo, just stay in the post, stop shooting threes, and stop running everywhere. But I mean, he helps us out a lot, so it's cool.
Just when we do go on the road, what keys do you try to cling to? Like, what does it take to be successful to win a game when you're playing on the road?
Probably the same as at home. Try to go in there, get a win. I'm just always focused on it. Not too high. I don't know. I'm just not too hyped about it. Just ready to play, do my part, and to make us win, and do what the coaches expect me to do.
You know that Coach Mack, I don't think has ever lost to Tim Miles at any level.
Yeah, I found that out last year, but Rob just told me that we're one down in the series to them. So if we win Wednesday, we tie the series up throughout all the years and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get a win for Coach Mack. And I'm not trying to be part of his, his little bad Nebraska little thing he got going on with Tim Miles. So trying to get that win for Mack.
Did Nebraska talk to you at all?
No, I didn't get recruited by Nebraska at all.
That sting a little bit?
Not really. I thought I would get maybe talk to assistant coach here or there throughout high school, but I never really paid attention to it. Never focused on it.
I mean, does that, when you guys beat Nebraska, and like in Justin's case, he didn't get recruited by Nebraska. Of course, he was spoken for pretty early by you guys, but does that add a little bit of joy to beating them when say you local guys don't get recruited?
I don't know. Probably with Justin, me, I probably could care less. I don't know. I'm not too high. I don't know. I don't care.
Hey, how much work did you put in over the summer on your shot? It looks like you're shooting it with a little bit more confidence.
I shot it wasn't really that. It was probably just the confidence thing you just said with Coach D-Rock. That was like the main thing right there. He was like, shoot with confidence. Last year you hesitated way too much, and he was just telling me shoot with confidence and stop being so worried about missing a shot. And that was that, really. So I was just like, I'm going to call out here with confidence. I'm not a freshman anymore. Enough of the little nervous, jittery stuff. So that was that.
That shot that you have, just in transition, some of the times you're getting it pretty early in the shot clock. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty comfortable shot for you, though.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach Mack, that's kind of like where we talk about in the locker room with those first pass shots.
Okay.
And how we got out to a slow start. We were relying on the three ball too much, and so that was kind of a little iffy thing about me. Me and Coach Mack talked about it, and that was that.
But you are comfortable shooting it.
Yeah, yes, sir.
If you're open.
Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Anything else? As a slight, you keep winning and you're staying at number 10.
I mean, nah, that doesn't matter. The thing that matters is that we got 2 wins this week, and we got to get focused for Wednesday.
How much of a big deal is this Nebraska Creighton thing for you personally?
For me personally, it just matters because it's so big to the state. I'm new to this rivalry, and I've been there twice now, and it gets pretty heated. And I know everybody wants it to be a blue state, which I think it is, which has been proven over the last 4 years. So just trying to make it a fifth and keep on going.
You know that Coach Mack has never lost to Tim Miles. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know that. I mean, why start now?
Does he never mention it to you?
Nah, Coach Mack doesn't mention it. He's really focused on the on the court and what's going on in the film. That's what's on his mind is the game. So if you talk to him at any point in time, that's probably what you're going to get from him. Something about the game.
You watch Nebraska on film this year, if you haven't. I mean, you see that they're led by that backcourt. I mean, I guess what do you see on film as far as the challenges that Marcus and Taz might have Wednesday night?
I don't really think it's a challenge of anything that their guys can do. I think those guys are such great defenders that it's up to them to follow their defensive principles. If you watch the last game against I think it was Akron or Buffalo, I forget which one, Taz kept reaching a lot in the first half, and God kept going by him. He has to be disciplined. And, when he does that, he can guard anybody. So, we're going out there ready to follow our own rules and our principles, stick to our game plan, and, we feel like we're going to come out with that win.
You kind of welcome the first road test? I mean, this is going to be a hostile atmosphere, I guess, by comparative standards.
Yeah, we've been waiting for another game that we can actually kind of chip in and, kind of has an edge on our shoulders. So, being back on the road, it's going to be a test for our guys to deal with some adversity. I'm sure that crowd is going to be loud. It was loud my redshirt year. So, it's a lot of emotion behind this game. It's going to be a lot of bragging rights on it. So, I'm looking forward to the crowd being one of the best parts of the game.
What's the key when you're on the road to get out of there with a win?
Just realizing that you have your own things going on. You got all those fans. It's easy to get caught up in what's going on. But if you just stick to what you do and play the same way you've been playing the games before, as a family, as a team, then it won't really matter that you're on the road.
Is there anything that Patton has done that surprised you?
Not really. I watched him his whole redshirt year and all last summer. I've just been waiting for him to get on the court to be able to show everyone else. He told me a couple games ago that he's finally feeling comfortable all the way now. And he's won Freshman of the Week 2 times in a row after he told me that. So I'm actually going to ride with him on this one.
What's his? When you say that he's feeling comfortable now for the first time in the last couple of games, why wasn't he comfortable?
I mean, you're a freshman and you've redshirted, so you got to get your feel. You have to know what Coach Mack wants on the court, which is different than practice. You have to know where I'm going to throw the ball at, where your teammates have to shoot from. just where those rebounds are going to come out the rim at. It's a lot of intangibles in the game that you don't really think about when you set out a year, especially when you're on your first year of college. So the fact that he feels discomfortable early within his transition, I think that sets a lot of tone for where he can go in the future too.
How do you think he's going to do in the Big East when that starts up?
I think he's going to do just as good as he's doing now. I think he's ready. He's mentally strong. He's getting stronger every day physically, and he's getting smarter with how to use the strength that he has. And that's the best thing about him, that he uses IQ.
What do you think when he's out there behind the arc?
I want him to shoot more of those. I want him to shoot more of those, so I'm glad he's shooting a couple of them now in these last couple of games.
You're not going to argue with the trailer.
Nah, I don't argue with the trail. All I hear the voice, and I throw the pass, and I trust all my guys. So anyone shoot that, I think it's going in.